All right, range fans and reloaders, pull up a stool. We need to have a serious conversation about the hardware that is absolutely dominating the field in 2025. I'm not talking about what the marketing departments are pushing down your throat. I'm talking about what I'm seeing on the firing line and what the boys are actually carrying into the timber. There is one specific class of ballistic performance that is just eating everyone's lunch right now. It's not just hype. We are looking at systems that offer surgical terminal performance. Ballistics that hold true whether you are punching paper or filling tags. This is about gear that doesn't care if you are in a blind in Texas or hiking a ridgeline in the Rockies. But here is the kicker. Good luck finding it in stock. I've watched inventory dry up faster than a puddle in the Arizona sun. So, lock and load, and stick with me. We are going to break down exactly why these cartridges have clawed their way to the top of the food chain. Let's get down to brass tacks. Number 5, 300, Winchester Magnum. Kicking off the list at number 5, we have the heavyweight champion, the 300 Winchester Magnum. Most of us just call it the Win Mag. This beast has been the gold standard for North American power since 1963. Make no mistake, this is not a plinking round. This is a dedicated, heavy-duty problem solver designed to reach out and touch something. If you are staring down a bull elk across a canyon, or you have a moose tag in your pocket, this is the tool you want. It throws a .308 diameter projectile with serious authority. You are usually looking at bullet weights between 150 and 220 grains. Send a 150 grain pill downrange, and you are looking at velocities screaming past 3,300 feet per second. That translates to about 3,600 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. That is kinetic energy that translates directly into crushed bone and massive wound channels. It shoots flat, and it hits like a freight train, making 400-yard shots on big game an ethical reality for a competent rifleman. You will see this chambered in legendary platforms like the Remington 700 Action. However, there is no free lunch in ballistics. The recoil on a 300 Win Mag is sharp, and it is heavy. If you don't have your mechanics right, it will let you know about it. Ammo costs are also going to sting the wallet, easily crossing the $50 mark for a box of premium hunting loads. And honestly, for a whitetail inside 100 yards, it is a lot of gun. You run the risk of excessive meat damage if you aren't careful with your shot placement. Number 4. 7mm Remington Magnum. Coming in at number 4 is the laser beam itself, the 7mm Remington Magnum. Hitting the scene in 1962, this cartridge was the answer for guys who wanted Magnum reach without the 300's punishment. This round is all about efficiency and aerodynamics. It utilizes a .284 diameter bullet, typically in the 140 to 175 grain neighborhood. A standard 150 grain load is going to leave the barrel right around 3,000 feet per second. That generates 3,000 foot-pounds of muzzle energy, which is plenty of medicine for anything walking on 4 legs in North America. Whether it's mule deer or elk, the 7mm can reach out to 500 yards with a trajectory that is visibly flatter than most of its competition. Rifles like the Browning X-Bolt love this cartridge. The secret sauce here is the ballistic coefficient. These bullets are long and sleek. They slice through the wind better than almost anything in their class, meaning you have less drift to calculate when conditions get gusty. Now, for the downsides. Feeding this rifle is not cheap. Expect premium pricing on factory ammo. And while the recoil is less than the 300 Win Mag, do not let anyone tell you it's soft. It is a snappy, quick recoil impulse that can surprise new shooters. Also, similar to the Win Mag, using this on smaller game at close range is like using a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. You are going to lose some meat. Number 3. 6.5 Creedmoor. Sitting comfortably at number 3 is the round that changed the industry, the 6.5 Creedmoor. Hornady dropped this onto the market in 2007, originally for the match crowd. But hunters figured out pretty quick that accuracy kills. It fires a .264 diameter bullet, generally loading between 120 and 147 grains. You are looking at a muzzle velocity around 2,900 feet per second with the lighter loads. That puts you at roughly 2,600 foot-pounds of energy. This has become the default answer for deer, antelope, and sheep hunting across the West. The magic of the Creedmoor is in the aerodynamics. Those high ballistic coefficient bullets retain velocity incredibly well, staying supersonic way out past 1,000 yards. Because it fights the wind so efficiently, It makes long-range shot placement significantly easier. You can pick this up in affordable platforms like the Ruger American or the Savage Axis. Ammo is everywhere, and the price has stabilized to a very reasonable $30 or $40 a box. But the biggest selling point? The recoil is practically non-existent compared to the Magnums. This allows you to spot your own shots and stay on target. However, you have to be realistic about the physics. It does not have the raw knockdown power of a Magnum. If you are going after heavy-boned animals like elk or moose, you need to be very selective with your shots and use premium, bonded bullets. Deep penetration on massive game is not its strong suit. And believe it or not, in some backwoods general stores, you might still find empty spots on the shelf where this ammo should be. Number 230-06. Springfield, taking the runner-up spot at number 2, is the grandfather of American Ballistics, the 30-06 Springfield. Adopted in 1906, this cartridge has fought 2 world wars and filled more freezers than any other round in history. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. It runs the same .308 diameter projectile as the Win Mag and the 308. You have a massive range of bullet weights, from 150 all the way up to heavy 220 grain thumpers. A standard 150 grain hunting load gives you about 2,900 feet per second. That is 2,800 foot-pounds of energy that you can take to the bank. This is the definition of versatility. From whitetail in the cornfields to moose in the Yukon, the 30-06 has done it all. You will find it in every pawn shop and gun store in America, usually in a Remington 700 or a Winchester Model 70. It sits in that Goldilocks zone. It hits hard enough for big game, but the recoil is manageable for most adult shooters. Ammo availability is 100%. You can buy this stuff at a gas station in the middle of nowhere. The drawbacks? It is a long-action cartridge, meaning the bolt throw is longer and the rifles are slightly heavier. It does not shoot as flat as the modern Magnums or the Creedmoor. You are going to have to know your holdovers once you push past 300 yards. And while the recoil isn't brutal, a day at the bench with heavy loads will definitely leave your shoulder feeling it. Number 1, 308 Winchester. And here we are at the top of the mountain. Number 1 is the 308 Winchester. Since 1952, this round has been the benchmark for efficiency. In 2025, it is still the king of the hill. This is the civilian brother to the 7.62 NATO, and its popularity is absolutely untouchable. It pushes that standard .308 bullet, usually in the 150 to 180 grain range. You get a muzzle velocity around 2,800 feet per second with a 150 grain pill. That delivers 2,600 foot-pounds of energy, which is perfect for 90% of North American hunting. The genius of the 308 is the short action. This allows for rifles that are lighter, more compact, and faster to cycle. Think about a handy scout rifle or a lightweight mountain gun. The 308 is inherently accurate, easy to tune, and barrels last forever. The recoil is mild, making it a fantastic choice for shooters of all sizes and experience levels. Ammo is cheap, plentiful, and comes in more varieties than you can count. Whether you run a bolt gun, a lever action, or an AR-10 platform, this round feeds them all. Now, to be fair, it has limitations. It runs out of steam faster than the long-action cartridges. Past 300 or 400 yards, it drops like a stone compared to a 6.5 or a Magnum. For the truly dangerous game, or the biggest bears, it is on the light side. And if you try to push the heaviest bullets, the case capacity just isn't there to keep the velocity up. So there you have it. That is the lay of the land for hunting cartridges in 2025. We have the raw power of the 300 Win Mag, the flat trajectory of the 7mm, the precision of the Creedmoor, the legacy of the 30-06, and the undeniable efficiency of the 308 Winchester. These are the tools that are getting the job done right now. But remember, the best caliber is the one you can shoot accurately and ethically. It's about the Indian, not the arrow. I want to know what you guys are running this season. Are you sticking with the classics, or have you moved to the modern stuff? Jump down in the comments section and let me know your loadout. If you got some value out of this video, do me a favor. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below to help us with the algorithm. Hit the bell so you don't miss the next range review. Train hard, stay safe, and keep your powder dry. I will see you guys in the next one.